Yes, guys, welcome back to the end of the video on the YouTube channel. And this is your match action for Arsenal 2, Brentford 1. Top of the league we go for now. Obviously, Liverpool and Man City are facing each other later on today. So it'll be interesting to see how that game does unfold. A draw is probably more handy for Arsenal. But look, we will, of course, wait and see. But yesterday was all about getting the job done. And, bro, we were minutes away from dropping points against a team that we should be beating at home as well. But luckily, Kai Havertz comes in clutch once again against Brentford. And fair play to Kai Havertz, because I thought he was not at his best today. But if we're talking so far this year as a whole, I think he's been absolutely superb. And not only he's starting to contribute, but he's starting to score goals as well. Some big goals in particular. And one thing I did highlight when we first signed Kai Havertz was the fact he can score big goals. That's the only silver lining I pointed out with Kai Havertz. And of course, he does bring that physical presence up top. So, look, good on him, man, because he's been superb so far this year. Please keep proving me wrong, because obviously, if you've watched my channel, I've been on Havertz's case all season, and he's, slowly starting to produce that output, which is so good. And I want him to prove me wrong so badly. So, again, fair play to Havertz. If we dissect the rest of the team here that Arteta set out with, Ramsdale, of course, started in goal because Raya couldn't play. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, the traditional back four. Odegaard, Jorginho, and Declan Rice make up the midfield. And we've got Saka, Havertz, and Trossard. Of course, scored the first goal inside 20 minutes with Declan Rice. He's sitting there thinking this is going to be a bloodbath for Brentford, isn't it? But then Ramsdale happened, and I don't know what happened. On half-time, we've seen this script before where we concede before half-time after absolute dominance and the opposition doesn't have a sniff. They somehow score a goal from our doing. And look, Ramsdale had two options in that situation. Just boot it into Rose or pass to Saliba, who would have happily cleared it. But he didn't do either. Like, how? How didn't he do any of them options? It's the last second of the half. And he's differing around with it. Like, honest to God, when that goal went in, I was thinking otherwise. What happens if we do drop points? Ramsdale's going to receive a ton of abuse, isn't he? But luckily, Kai Havertz saved his blushes. And you know what? I thought, other than that brain fart at the end of the half from Ramsdale, I thought Ramsdale actually had a decent game. Made some crucial saves in that second half. But it still doesn't take away that Raya is a better goalkeeper. Yes, these Ramsdale sexuals are going to say, oh, Raya wouldn't have saved them two attempts from Brentford. But at the same time, Raya doesn't make that mistake at the end of the first half. In my opinion, I think Raya is more efficient than Ramsdale and, of course, is better when the ball is at his feet. So I think it's about time Arsenal fans start judging goalkeepers off, other attributes instead of just their shot-stopping ability. Or else Jordan Pickford starts ahead of Ederson in that Manchester City team. Explain that one. Like, come on, man. Because at the end of the day, I do rate Aaron Ramsdale. Don't get it twisted. And if you don't know already, I have backed Ramsdale more than anyone. When he was number one at Arsenal, last season, season before, I've always had Ramsdale's back. But I'm not deluded to think that when Raya is doing a better job and suits Mikel Arteta's criteria, I'm not deluded to think that Ramsdale is a better goalkeeper than Raya because he's a better shot stopper. Turn it in, man. Like, seriously. Stop living in Delulu land and actually face the facts. I rate Ramsdale. And if we're going to keep him, in the summer, then I'll be happy. As a number 2, he's good. But Raya is a better goalkeeper. Get it right. All right? God. But look, again, I was literally just praising Ramsdale in the second half. I thought he was superb. And other than the mistake, he actually had a half-decent game. Ben White, 2 assists. 2 spectacular assists. 2 crosses as well. On the money. The first one on Declan Rice's nugget, Just, brilliant. On point. The second cross. Bro, I don't know what it is, but we score a load of bloody headers. And maybe it's the case of Kai Havertz in the starting 11. He's taller than Saliba, for fuck's sake. So it's understandable why we do cross the ball in a lot, because we do have the likes of Gabriel, Declan Rice, Saliba, Kai Havertz over 6 foot. So it's understandable. But yeah, Ben White has made me eat my words, man. He really has. He's been absolutely outstanding so far this year. Saliba and Gabriel, consistent as always. I thought Kivior had a decent game. Midfield did what they needed to do. I mean, Odegaard, I thought, had one of his quieter games, but I thought still had some good moments. Jorginho, I thought, was really good. Really, really impressive performance from him again. I thought first half played some beautiful passes, especially to the one. Especially the one where Kai Havertz went through on goal that he should have scored. Declan Rice was excellent again. Trossard was slightly disappointing. I just feel like Martinelli offers a lot more. I know Martinelli's not been the same player as he was last season, and he has been in previous seasons. But there's no denying that Martinelli, is more vital to this team than Trossard. Saka, obviously, there were reports before the game that he wasn't going to be fit for the game because of illness. But he started, had some good moments, but not really as effective as he has been again so far this year. And I'm just pleased that we've got the 3 points, and I'm relieved at the same time because, oh my days, if we would have dropped points, the amount of abuse towards Aaron Ramsdale. And you know what? Yesterday was destined for us to drop points, wasn't it? Like, manager of the month curse, Martinelli injured, Saka not fit, but we still managed to find a way to win. And that is what title challenges do. And that is why I'm in love with this team. So, look, City, of course, at the Etihad in 22 days. Of course, we have to deal with Porto next Tuesday. So, look, it's going to be huge. Porto is huge. City, if we can beat City at the Etihad, the title is ours. I don't care what anyone says. And look, my message to Arsenal going into that City game is just don't lose. Right? I would take a draw in a heartbeat, especially the results we've had over the years against Man City. I would happily take a draw. But a win, oh my God, that would be a statement. Hopefully, we're going to have a couple of our players returning back. Hopefully, Martinelli's isn't serious because I've been hearing that he's on crutches. So hopefully, by the Manchester City game, he's going to be fit for that game because we do need him to stretch City's defence because they are going to They are going to be open at times because I feel like they are going to dominate the ball. And of course, Timber, hopefully he's going to come back anytime soon. In terms of VAR, look, I don't want to delve into VAR too much because obviously we won the game. And you've got the media crying about the fact Kai Havertz should have been sent off because he dived. Honestly, turn it in. Turn it in. And look, my message to the media, by the way, I sent a message over to Arsenal already. Don't lose at the Etihad. I've got another message this time for the media. Don't throw stones from glass houses. You got Thomas Frank coming in to his interview, and he goes on about Kai Havertz should have been sent off because of his dive. It's funny that because you weren't moaning last season when the useless referees forgot to draw the lines. So you can't have it both ways, mate. Sorry. Furthermore, referees, linesmen, whatever, cannot overturn yellow card offences. Deal with it. Right? And it's funny that no one pays attention to when Jota, brilliant dive, mate, against Newcastle. But of course, when it's Arsenal, there's huge uproar about it. Just cry all you want. Cry all you want. Because, honest to God, these rival fans, they have no room to talk. Their clubs are in absolute disarray. Like, come on. You have no room to talk. You've got, fans supporting clubs mid-table, outside the top four, yet they have the audacity to chat to us. Move, man. Move. We're looking down at you at the moment. Just honest to God. But anyway, guys, that's it. Arsenal get the job done. Get to enjoy our weekend in peace. Of course, Porto on Tuesday. Hopefully, we get our revenge against them lot. And then Man City. It's going to be a huge game. Biggest game of the season. And it's vital that we have hit form at the right time before going into that Man City game. Because often we haven't. It's either we lose a game and then draw going into a Man City game. So it's good that we are on form going into the City game. And hopefully that's going to give us some momentum. But obviously we have 22 days off, So I don't know whether that is going to kill our momentum. We will, of course, find out. But I appreciate everyone who has been locked in as always. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I will see you in the next one. Come on, the Gunners.